there's 5 innovation platforms that are simultaneously developing right now. And these are the 5. We have robotics, blockchain, energy storage, genome sequencing, and artificial intelligence. And then there's this notion of convergence. So when 2 or more of these converge, then it sprouts up this new technology. So like Tesla, for example, is
Energy storage.
artificial
Yeah,
intelligence,
yeah.
energy storage, and robotics. So it's and they're aiming to automate um, driving, which might happen.
Talking about the convergence of the 5 platforms.
Yes. So now we're starting to see these innovations that are creating these deflationary pressures in a positive way. Meaning, okay, if we can get car ownership rethought and say, oh,
Mhm.
instead of cost per month, what if it's cost per mile? You know, and what if it's cheaper? So if we can equate those two, so like over the lifetime of a car that you buy or rent, how much is the cost per mile? And then be like, okay, if there is an autonomous taxi, which would theoretically be cheaper than an Uber or a Lyft or a real taxi, not as cheap as public transportation, I would assume
No,
in the beginning.
it won't be.
Um,
Yeah.
but there's this threshold where it's like, all right, for many people, it's going to be cheaper to get a ride than to own a ride.
Hmm.
So it's like then they're going to have those personal decisions. Do I want to have a car? Do I want it to be there, or am I going to be okay with being shuffled around by myself?
Depending on how
Um,
much you drive around, right? If you
exactly.
if you are driving, 1,500 miles a month, maybe it would be worth it for you to have particularly an EV that doesn't just where the transmission doesn't blow every couple of years or whatever. But if you're only commuting, a mile to 2 miles to work, 3 times a week or whatever in the grocery store, and you're in a big city, like no, it's not going to make sense for you to have your own vehicle.
Right. So